Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm going to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. And today I'm just drinking on some water because hydration is important. And no, Jack is not the same water. I finished that water. Jack always needs to know my water intake, so I tend to share the news with Jack. Thank you.
Just to be clear at this point, I asked like a month ago, maybe like once or twice, and we just kept going. And at this
Yeah, because
point,
I,
I'm not going to stop her.
I want you to know. I need you to know that I do drink my water.
As long my policy, at least when it comes to Lana's water, is as long as it's a new one, I'm like, oh, okay. If it's unopened, then I usually know, okay, she's drinking her water. That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Right. It's fresh. But you know what I do have also? My most important thing, and that's my cup mug. Hannah, look at mugs. Hannah, look at mugs. Spill, spill. Boom,
This week,
boom,
we
boom, boom.
certainly are
I'm celebrating.
celebrating.
I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating. I'm celebrating. Boom, 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 boom. That's why I'm going a little longer, a little longer, a little longer. Celebrating. Boom. Period. And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Period.
It's what he deserved.
Christ.
Hi. I'm Logan Murphy. Say something gay. Gay. I am also just drinking water,
Work.
not coffee.
Love that for you.
Yeah. I actually didn't make any coffee today.
Good.
Yeah, I just
that's
had tea
good.
today. It was a
Take a
tea
break.
kind of day.
Every now and again, you can
Kinda
take a
day.
break from coffee.
Yeah. It just wasn't that kind of day. I needed, I had some English breakfast tea this morning, all that lovely, wonderful stuff. But no, I'm very excited. Bitch.
Well,
I've never been more excited to root for someone's down. That's all.
Hello. My name is Jack. I'm the resident game designer of the panel. I don't think we didn't have a really good downfall episode this season yet. And this one was good. This one was real good. Oh God. And to celebrate the occasion, I have some lovely water with a tea bag in it because God is the tea good.
Her.
Did you add a little milk in your tea?
No, I'm not British.
I did this morning.
That's fair. Yeah.
As a good omen for signs to come. And then I threw all my milk out, actually.
I mean, I will tell you
it's even better omen.
I literally just had a glass of milk right before this recording.
Oh.
In honor of what I was very excited to see happen for this person together. I just love milk too, and I had some chocolate cookies to go with that milk too.
So one could say you had chocolate and milk, Lana.
One would say. One
could
say. But we are here talking Survivor 48, episode 9. It was great. It was great to watch. It was fun to watch this happen. We're gonna talk about it, but before we get into it, y'all know what to do. If you have not subscribed yet, we say, what are you waiting on? Number one. Number two, just go ahead and do it because we're giving you all the tea on competitive reality television. And we are on a mission here at the Cup TV, as well as all of our Cup channels in the network, to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So if you haven't subscribed, help us out. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free. You don't have to do anything else. Just hit that subscribe button and then don't unsubscribe afterwards. Like hit it, subscribe it, and stay subscribed. We appreciate that. So subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to all of our other channels. The links will be in the description below. If you're a fan of drag or drag race, go to At the Cup Pod. If you're a fan of Eurovision Song Contest, go to At the Cup ESC. And if you're a fan of WWE wrestling, go to At the Cup Ringside. And you can get all your daily dose of all the things that's going on. Content is coming out on all these channels very frequently now. So please, please, please go check out and support all of those channels. If you need to listen to us on the go, we do have an audio podcast link. It's also in the description below, so you should click that link as well. And Patreon is down there as well. That link is there, and we have a lot of fun things going on in our Patreon. A lot of exclusive content, things that won't come out on the channel, and some early access things that we put in there that you can see it before it hits the channel. So check out all of that thing. So there we go. Now let's get into this episode because I made sure I was on time to watch. I didn't miss the first 15 minutes. I didn't miss the first 20 minutes like I usually do. I was there on time to watch. And
I made sure we ended our Celebrity Big Brother live stream perfectly early so I could be there early and on time.
that was literally me. I was like, Lana, do not miss 15 minutes. Because it doesn't even matter if I'm doing a podcast or not. For some reason, I always end up 15 minutes behind. I'm like, okay, girl, get it together. But I was on time, watched the episode at 7 o'clock when it came on. And we started by seeing them coming back from the tribal. And David's a little David's a little weird, but everybody's trying to console Shaheem because Shaheem saw his name, and everybody voted for Chrissy except for Chrissy, of course. She voted for Shaheem, and so it was like Shaheem. They were trying to comfort Shaheem for I don't know seeing his name, but he's like, I'm good. Oh no, I'm good. I'm so good. I'm beyond good. I'm better than good. I'm good, good. I was like, Shaheem, you good?
You good?
You good?
Shaheem, blink twice if you're good.
I need to know if you're good.
Shaheem, you good?
I mean,
I don't know if he's good.
I don't know if he's good. I think
he looked good.
He looked okay, but
is he good in here?
Is he good inside?
But is he good?
I mean, he said he good, but I don't know if he's
Shaheem,
good. Are you good?
Are you
good? Are you good? Are you goody? I need to know if you're good.
The fans need to know. Are you good?
Okay, but Shaheem said he's good, so he's good, and everybody's like, okay, cool. David still acting a little weird because the vote didn't go the way he wanted it to go. He wanted to go.
He wanted it to go on
Camilla. He wanted to go on Camilla, but
okay. Well, if you did, then why didn't you just vote Camilla?
Why didn't you vote her? But okay.
You have a vote. You could have just voted Camilla.
But no, it's actually the group's decision, and like the one thing you can't do is actually have a voice in this game. If the group says it's Chrissy, it's Chrissy.
I have heard this as well.
Oh, now I have not heard this. So what's the theories here? I mean, DM. Oh.
I don't want to think about that today. I'm going to be real honest.
Ew.
That's what I've heard.
I mean,
I don't want to think about it either, but that's what I've heard.
Ew.
Okay, great.
I don't know if there's anything else going on, but that's what I've heard.
I mean, does he mean just regular old regular degular schmicks?
Jury's out on that one.
Okay. Well, we move.
Okay.
I had.
Oh, what? What's that?
Oh yeah. That's a great way to put it, DM Rocks. Thank you.
Oh.
That's not where I thought it was going.
That's not what I thought it was either.
Yeah, no, Lana and I were very much on the same page of like
I was not there.
There's
okay.
a very different
all of
definition.
the above factors.
I mean, but that's not what you said.
That's not not at all what you implied. I'm going to be real.
That's not at all what I implied, but also like all of the above actions involved in such things. You know what I mean?
You implied the other half.
Yes, I sure did,
but he was not talking about that.
But he did also, like, there was an insinuation in his goodbye message as well.
What did he say in his goodbye message?
Didn't he say something about ladies?
I don't pay that attention.
I don't remember.
I was just happy. Anyway, we move. So
I was trying to pay attention to who the third vote for who the third vote was for. I don't fucking know.
For Mitch. Whatever.
Yeah, for Mitch.
Well,
yes, I know that now, but
yeah. Oh, that yeah.
That was clouding my listening to him because I didn't want to pay attention to his voice anymore.
That's fair.
Anyway,
I was just trying to go jump in the shower. Really
valid and fair and valid.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's at this point David tells Camilla, "Oh, I floated your name to Chrissy, blah 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 blah," and Camilla goes, "You're not a good liar. It's fine." Clock him. Mother.
I genuinely can't understand what the logic behind this is, because all it shows is that David's frontward image of, I'm going to be this loyal upfront player is a facade.
So where's the honor? Where's the integrity? Where's the loyalty?
And integrity to people that he can reasonably compete with in challenges. Everyone else doesn't apply.
Mm-hmm.
To the big buff men and the women that he knows he can beat at the end. Well, not anymore, but
this man is clueless. But because it really was not necessary for you to even go tell Camilla that, because her name didn't show up once. So what was the reason you go to tell her that you floated her name out there? Because now she knows you did it. And it's like, once I hear you floated my name out, I'm going to make it my mission to get you out of here. Because now if you said my name once, baby, you'll say it again. So if you said it before and I didn't know, even though she didn't know, she already knew. But you just confirmed it for her? Okay, thank you.
But as we've known this whole season,
this man don't know nothing about
this man don't know how to play this game. This man don't know how to play this game.
He really doesn't. And it's exhausting. I mean, the one thing I will give him is his reads throughout the episode, even if they're probably there for the wrong reasons, are surprisingly accurate.
Surprisingly 100% correct?
I mean,
surprisingly accurate, but he doesn't act on them in any meaningful way.
I mean, it wasn't like it was a secret. It was Stevie Wonder would have saw that they were getting tired of him, because everybody know he was getting everybody was getting tired of him because he was walking around peacocking like he just knew everything and everything was gonna be his way or the highway and not letting people speak. I would have had that same read if I was on the island acting like he was acting like, yeah, they're gonna flip on me. No, Sherlock. Like what?
Right.
Of course they are, because you're sitting here acting like
for like
they've
4
been
days.
sick. And it's just wild. But we see them go to the next day, and the 6 are sitting by the beach watching the sunrise, and they are just having this powwow of we're the greatest, we're the strongest, we're the I swear to God, they think they the EST of Survivor. I think they Bianca Belair of Survivor because they are the bestest, the greatest, the toughest, the roughest, the straight. Like they just sitting around, and I was just like to this
Yeah,
whole meeting, to this whole meeting, I was just like, please
I
spare me.
I do have a gut feeling though that this was 100% appeasing David, especially by a couple people, of like just kind of letting David talk and be like, "Yeah, we're the best. We're going to just kill this." While some of them in the background went, "Uh-huh, just keep talking, Emperor. I'm just going to dump the
Smile and
poison
wave,
into
boy.
your drink real quick. Just keep going. You'll drink that in an hour. You'll be dead. We'll be fine."
Right. It's
Very,
just
very penguins of
apropos.
Yes.
Madagascar. Smile
Yeah.
and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
It's so it was so like ugh. But I do
Yeah.
agree with you, Jack. I think it was more like, let's do this so David feels good about himself and feels good that we're all here for him and we're all here to play together. As Camilla so greatly put it, David thinks we're on Olympic trials, just having these so we can get all the weak people out so we could have a great showdown between him, Eva, and Joe in the Olympics. Like, absolutely not. This is Survivor. This is Survivor. And
Now,
ugh,
granted, most international versions of Survivor, if you look at them on paper,
mm,
that is surprisingly accurate. It draws a lot more from, you know, like just Big Brother type formats where it's you play challenges to not be eliminated and like you have a public vote. So I'm honestly pretty sure that David accidentally watched like
he watched the
the
Australia
episode they gave
Mexican
him.
version of Survivor somehow and just got really confused as to what this game was and
Yeah.
thought the votes at tribal council were just like a fun little diversion.
But you know what season wasn't like that? The most recent season of Australian Survivor, Brains versus Brawn 2. And our coverage is completely available in its entirety, available on the Cup TV. You should go check it out. It features all three of us and also David Healy. Me, not so much. Ding.
And Brooke is
Shows up
there.
once. Shows up once.
They show up once.
I show up like 4 times.
Yep, you beat Brooke, so you're fine.
But unfortunately, Brooke beat all of us.
Let's just not discuss that because we will never hear the end of the three drafts that Brooke has won.
Hey, at least Brooke isn't drafting for All Stars 10.
I'm not either. So no, I don't know. I probably am because I don't really know these people. And I realized
Brooke and I are both spoiled, so neither of us are drafting for All Stars 10.
fair.
That's fair.
Very fair.
I literally was like, well, we'll talk about that off camera. This is not the
If
time
you are a fan of RuPaul's Drag Race, stay tuned for this weekend for our cast assessments for RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 10. That link is available in the description, as Lana mentioned so graciously at the start of this episode. Ding.
Absolutely. So yeah, after all the talking and then the hyping up this amazing alliance, we see the other 4 or 3 in the background, kind of just like, huh. They just milling around looking and like, oh, okay. And I'm like, observe, just observe, see what you see, enjoy what you see, and then do something about it.
Yeah.
That's all I want y'all to do. You ain't got to act crazy. You ain't got to go confront nothing. Just see what you see and then act on it later. Because they were looking and they were like, we saw Star in the background just looking. We see Mitch walking by in the background. He's just looking. And we see Camilla sitting back there like, But I swear to God, I am falling in love with Camilla Kyle. Every week I fall more and more in love with this alliance and this duo because they have both perfectly planted themselves on both
Mhm.
sides of the tribe, and they hear everything, and then they come back to report everything to each other, so they know exactly how to maneuver themselves around these awkward, weird situations, especially after David was gung-ho about coming for Camilla last week,
Mhm.
the other day before, and woke up the next morning still on this whole train about Camilla. Get Camilla out. And
Mhm.
Kyle is like, he got to be like, yeah, I mean, we got to do it. I mean, I'm fine with it. He got to play the role. But then what does he
Yep.
do? What does he do? He go right to Camilla and be like, again, David is coming for you. Him and Mary, for some reason, they just have you on the brain.
Yeah.
Why are you so obsessed with
What's been
me?
me?
Because they obsessed. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It makes no sense. It's like, why has Camilla become the object of David's obsession? Like, it doesn't I don't, narratively speaking, I honestly don't understand it. From the narrative we've been given on this season, it does not make sense to me personally.
The
You,
only narrative we have is that Kyle has pushed back on Camilla, and Shaheen decided to partner with Camilla in one
One,
challenge. So,
yeah,
because of that, obviously, what that means is that Camilla is actually the mastermind of this game. And the reason David is probably going to go home and is a big problem is because of Camilla. So, Camilla needs to go. Like, obviously, you just had to go from, like, one leap over in Antarctica
mm-hmm,
to the other pole, and like boom, it's a
mm-hmm.
simple, just logical leap across the entire fucking planet.
e-
It's
even
not that
if
Well,
you
hard.
but
have, even if you have little, you forgot the crater in the middle of the
uh-huh,
leap of the whole, or the big mountain that was in the middle of that he
Mm,
slapped into first before he went all the way over. You made a whole freaking alliance with Camilla and
uh-huh,
old Siva before you
uh-huh,
got split up. So why did you not come into the merge with who you had from the new Siva and try to get y'all to combine with the old Siva to and see who they have, and you see who they
uh-huh.
already align with, the people who you already like, and then you align with the people that they already like, and y'all could have came together and it would have. But no. Camilla's not strong enough for you. That's where that's the problem we have, because
yeah.
you got Kyle,
Yeah.
strong Buffy man. Yes, we got him. We got Joe. We got Eva, strong Buffy man. We got Shaheem, big guy, strong Buffy man. And then you have Mary, and she's okay, but Camilla's not okay.
Well, Lana, you have to remember he's a stuntman. There's not much brain going on up there anyway, so
Especially because if we wanted to go along this like strong line, Star is literally over there. Like,
Uh-huh.
if you wanted a strong woman, Star is
Star is
literally in the
right there.
corner.
Then
Star
oh, but
Star is
Star beat your
literally on
ass in
his
the first
side.
immunity challenge.
But no, actually, no, Star
no,
isn't good enough. She can go home. Mary's strong now.
all of a sudden,
Mary's the one brawn that we need on a brains versus bronze versus beauty tribe, who just
Uh-huh.
is the brawn in a different way.
Now, am I
And
mad at
and
this
the
for
different
Mary? No.
no
no.
no no because Mary is a strong woman, but
Yes.
this is not a good look, and Mary, I'm gonna need you to stop. I
Mhm.
want to support you. Please don't do this.
Well, she's good now, so
She's
she's
good
free.
now. She's good
She's
Yeah,
now,
free.
she's
but
free. She's free now, so we're good. So now she can play her own game again.
uh,
Great, big
Yeah,
fan.
yeah. So let's keep it moving, because honestly, this episode, for all of it, what it was, it just really, it was exciting to get to the end. So I really want to hurry up and get to that part. But
Hmm. Works for
um,
me.
we do see Kyle have a conversation with David, and they're talking about uh, why he was triggered because David, not David, with Joe, not David. He
Oh,
had a conversation with Joe.
darling, you are all the way ahead.
I know, because I'm trying to
But
get through all of this. That's not after the
that's
challenge. That was before the challenge. All of this is before the challenge because we had a huge, long thing before the challenge. All of this conversations happening before the challenge was because it was a lot. It was David and Kyle was talking to Joe on the hammock, and then David walks over. He's like, "Okay, like I gotta stop talking." That happens. Joe is still trying to figure out what he wants to do because he's getting sick of David being paranoid. He's getting sick of um all the paranoia between David and everybody else. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. He goes talks to Eva. Eva's still like, I still trust Joe. I mean, I still trust David. I still trust Mary. I still trust Kyle. I still trust Shaheen. But she's still trying to figure out if all this trust that she has for these people, if it's because she can't assess people's lying to her, like she can't figure that part out if that's what they're doing, or if it's real trust. And so she's like under the impression of I don't I don't feel like we need to switch anything. I think it's still Camilla at this point. Everybody needs to go to Camilla and we just need to just do it. And it's just a lot of talk before she starts to sneak away to go find this advantage that
Yeah.
she has. Because
That
conversations happen.
the weird thing about this whole advantage thing is it literally is like we go from a day of conversation into the night.
Yeah.
Like nothing happened.
And it was so weird. I'm
it
being
was
honest.
a very that's why I'm getting a little flustered with everything because I'm not remembering where everything was because the edit was so weird that like because they had an off day it seems
Yeah, they had an
and
off day. It seems
I'm
like
not used to in this format them having an off day so I'm
or
like
them showing
or them
us
show more
their off
importantly them
day.
showing yeah no 100%
Yeah.
that's what it is but yeah we got the reward for Miss Eva.
And it's fun. She waits till everybody's asleep. The conversations has died down. Everybody should be asleep. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, this was the creepiest thing I've ever saw on Survivor in my entire life. Seeing Eva get up, and we got the night vision, so we see Eva get up, and so she starts to move, and then all of a sudden we just see this huge form of shadow just pop up out of nowhere. And I was like, Jesus Christ! What the heck is that? Before I realized, oh, it's Shaheen. Okay.
It's shocking.
Yeah, this is actually the time we announced that Eva got attacked by a bear off screen, and she just went home.
She just
Yeah,
went
sorry,
home.
we accidentally caught it on camera.
So this is actually a dramatic recreation of what happened. So Eva got medevaced. She got attacked by a bear. Shaheen will be playing the bear because he is one. So Shaheen went rawr. And that's what happened.
I was
I'm
like,
just
what
gonna
the?
ignore the second thing you said, Logan. Just
Well,
gonna
he
ignore
is.
that. He is, but I didn't need to think about it.
Yes, you
I was
did.
just like, oh my God. That was the creepiest thing I've ever seen on Survivor. And
It was
I was like,
very funny.
it was funny and creepy. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, Shaheen. So Shaheen is like, Miss Eva, what you doing? Where are you going? What is happening? So now he's putting pieces together because Shaheen actually watches this show. And he actually watches the show and he knows, hold up, wait a minute. When people start sneaking off to camp at night, it usually means some kind of advantage of some kind.
Yep.
And Eva did just win a reward. So maybe she got, and where do we get advantages? At
And
rewards.
reward.
So we
Yeah.
put in the 2 plus 2, and he's coming up with 4. He ain't thinking 2 plus 2 means 17 because he know exactly what's happening. He was like, so this is what I need to do. So then he goes and he stands over Joe, which another thing I would have been creeped out by if somebody's come standing over me at the dead of night. And he like, he was gone. She been gone for a long time too. And Joe's like, what? Oh, okay. And he's like, we don't just be woke when she get back. And Joe was like, absolutely not. I'm going back to sleep.
I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm not staying up. I'm gonna be real honest.
He was
I'm
like,
not built for that.
And I don't blame him.
Because Joe was like, I don't have to worry about Eva. Eva is going to tell me whatever it is that she was doing. She's going to tell me. And if you have that type of trust in your alliance, then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to stay up and you don't have to babysit and you ain't got to walk around and sneak and see what they're doing. And Joe and Eva have that relationship. So Joe was like, I'm just going to go back to sleep. And then I'll see her in the morning. And whatever happens, if she goes to tell me, she'll tell me. If she don't,
And
she
guess
don't.
what?
First thing in the morning, she
does.
did. She pulls Joe, she pulls Kyle, and she tells them, and Shaheen, and she tells them everything that happened. She tell them about how she got an extra vote right out the gate. That was the first one. She had an extra vote right out the gate, and then she had a chance to trade in her extra vote to get a power without a safety without power advantage, and she had a 50-50 chance of getting that or losing her extra vote. Like, she wasn't at risk of losing her vote at all. She just was at risk of losing her extra vote that she already just got. And she swapped that in, picked up the right scroll, and got a safety without power advantage. And then they said, but you could trade in that safety without power and get a hidden immunity idol, but you have to pick between the same. You got to pick between 3 scrolls now.
Yeah.
And if you pick the wrong scroll, you will lose your safety without power. But if you pick the right scroll, you get a hidden immunity idol.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you already got one. You already get that power?
Yeah. It's like, and especially because it's a 1/3 shot here, I'm definitely taking the safety without power 100% without a shadow of a doubt. Like, of these 3 things, what is going to be the most beneficial to me and my game? Safety without power. 100%.
I will do, because you can use the idol so wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can always use that safety without power at any time correctly. It's like, oh, is it me? Is it not me? I don't know.
Right.
I'm gonna get on up out
and
of here.
And even though there haven't been many plays with it being played offensively, most of the time it is played defensively. There is a universe where you can play it offensively, and you can send somebody. That's typically saved for more international versions, is when I have seen it played offensively. But you can play it offensively, and you can send someone else out. And especially, I'm going to put a pin in this. I want to talk about what?
I said, and she has an idol, so she could say,
yeah.
She has an idol.
I'm gonna send you out the door, and then I'm gonna use this idol for myself, just in case y'all want to get some ideas.
Yes, and I want to talk about the dynamic going into next week's tribal.
Okay.
I'm going to put a pin in this now, but I want to talk about the dynamic going into next week's tribal.
Absolutely.
With Eva having the safety without power and how she could use it offensively. But I think she absolutely made the 100% correct move here.
Yeah.
Like, without a shadow of a doubt. I think Eva, for as much as she may be, not everybody's cup of tea, she may not be everyone's favorite personality or favorite person in this game, but she is playing one hell of a good game right now. Are some things lining up in her favor? Potentially.
Absolutely.
I do still think, in my heart of hearts, the way things were lined up with this is that the immunity challenge winner was the person that was going to get this twist. That's how I see it still, based on especially the way this episode was edited. I know we talked about it last week, but based on how this episode was edited, it seemed like they needed the person safe so they could get the advantage. That's just me again. But I think things are lining up for Eva in a really, really solid way, despite her having a huge target on her back. She is somehow doing phenomenal threat management. And I can't even necessarily verbalize how good her threat management is. Like, it's kind of impressive to me how well Eva is currently playing. Now, is that going to translate to her making Final Tribal? I don't think so. But I have to acknowledge, I do think she is playing a really great game. And now having this additional layer that she has now also shared with her alliance, I'm really intrigued to see how the rest of her game is going to go.
Yeah, I think that I am impressed with Eva for the moves that she's making now. What scares me is that when it comes crashing down, if it comes crashing down, it can all come down at once. And I think she won't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
And that's what scares me. And it's nothing like I never want to see anybody melt down on television. I never want to see anybody lose it. And especially someone who has a disability that causes that triggers that. I never
Yeah.
want to see her like when her breakdown earlier with in the earlier thing when had Joe. I don't want to see her have a breakdown and Joe's not there. And
Yeah.
I think that's where this game is going to get dicey because everybody knows about her and her power and the things that she had. Well, certain people know about all of her stuff. Some people know about just one thing, but I know this game is the game. And if you want to get Eva out, you take Joe out first.
Yeah.
And because I think Joe is her rock and her lifeline, and right now she feels that he is the only person she could 100% fully put her trust in, and rightfully so, because he is giving her that energy and he is willing to die on a sword for her at this point. But what happens when Joe was not there? And everybody and she is exposed for everything, and I don't want to see that. I am not wishing that on her. It just that's what makes me nervous. That's what makes me nervous, but I think she's going to be fine. You have to applaud the game that she's playing. She has surrounded herself with people who are looking out for her and who will not turn on her. They're not even looking to turn on her, and they know the stuff that she has, and they're not looking to turn on her. So I think she's going to be okay, but I'm just nervous. I'm nervous for if it happens.
I don't know that you take out Joe first. I think you blindside Eva. Honestly,
I think that is realistically the best option, especially
I think so too.
Kyle basically immediately, like after Eva says this, that's when Kyle and Camilla have the check-in of like, hey, David is being a dick. Eva now has 2 advantages. What do we want to do?
Right. It's like we need to lock in and realize, okay, where are we at currently?
Yeah.
And again, second pin in this conversation going into next week. Next week is going to be very interesting.
Yes.
But I want to double pin there.
Okay.
Because that's going to be very interesting.
Absolutely. Let's get to the challenge because honestly, is there something before that? Okay.
Mother Star gets her moment, Lana.
Oh, she
because
does.
we were all watching together, and we were all like, "Where's Star?" And then she gets an entire moment, where she's learning how to swim.
Star, I love that. I love her. I love her. And I love how she was like, look, Jeff, when you call me back next time, I will be a swimming pro. When you get on that phone and call me again, I will be a swimming pro. And I was like, Jeff Pro, you hear that? You better call Mother again. You better call her again.
Yeah. She said when, and that when is in 2 seasons.
Oh.
Okay, maybe not in 2 seasons, but let's give it 7 seasons when you do All Stars at 55, like New
55 second chances.
All I know is, Jeff, you keep her phone in her number in your Rolodex, in your phone book, on your phone, a slip of paper tacked against the wall. I don't care what you have to do. But you keep
Starred several
stars,
times.
you star her, you keep her number listed, and you call her back so
You
we can
better.
see her being a swimming pro. We gonna come back and star as the dolphin. She is gonna be out there doing all the fishing and hunting for everything. I want to
Uh-huh.
see that. I want to see that, Jeff Rose. I want to see it.
And
And
If
then
you
years down the line on Blood versus Water with her baby.
Burger,
No, with her baby.
oh, not the baby.
When her baby's all grown up
I love
on
it.
Survivor 100.
Not that. Not Survivor
jail,
225.
jail, immediate jail.
Uh, all I know is we need to see Star back on this show
Yep.
at some point in time. Mother was out there. She was like, "I love," and Mitch, I'm gonna give you your tens because Mitch is like, just do it. Don't let the water fear. Because like Star was like looking out at the water and looking out at how far Eva and I think somebody was out there else with Eva. I think David, whatever. One of them out there. They were
Yeah, I
swimming
think it was
very far
David.
out, and they were swimming out. And she was like, "It must be lovely to just swim free." And he's like, "You could do it. You can do it. You just have to just cup your hands and let it out. Cup it and let it out." And I was like, that is how I learned to swim. Literally, that is what my instructor told me to do. Cup my hands and go out and go out. And when you're doing this one, cup your hands and grab the water. Grab the water. I was like, that's how
Yes.
I learned how to swim. I love that. And she was doing it and she was swimming. I love that she was not fearful of going out into the water in the ocean because ocean water and that open water is sometimes
No.
that's scary for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I don't even like swimming in the ocean.
No.
that's very fair. It
I've
is.
done it.
I've
I've
done
Open
it.
done
ocean
it.
swimming is just, it can be, I'm uncomfortable with it just because it's like
Uh-huh.
genuinely, what constraints do you have? Like
Baby,
it's a lot. It's a
it's a lot.
lot just like mentally.
And it's
But
you don't if you don't see the ground and you don't know where the ground
Mm-hmm.
is, and then all the other
mhm.
creatures that is at home in that water, and you are the visitor in that water. And
Nope, nope, nope,
no,
nope, nope.
no, no, thank you. Look, I have been stung by a jellyfish one too many times to know that I don't do open waters swimming
Yep.
anymore. Give me a pool, I'm in there.
Yep.
That's as far as a swimming goes. But no, but she got out there and she did it. So I love that segment for Star. I love it for Star. I love that. But now can we go to the
Now the
challenge?
challenge. Yes.
Okay.
Um,
Or no?
I
Oh.
do want to clock one other thing that happens pre-challenge. Literally right after Star is swimming, we transition over to Kyle and Joe.
Well, that did happen before that, didn't it? Yeah.
And they're just genuinely bonding over their past, and
Hmm.
Kyle opens up about spending some time in jail as a kid. He had some underage drinking charges, and even in jail he fought for his law degree. He literally did as much as he could, and he got great grades while he was in jail. And as Kyle and Joe are opening up, Joe finally feels it's the right time of like, hey, I had a conversation with David earlier, and David has been very bulldoggy all day on like not letting people talk, and specifically said
Oh
a
yes.
comment of, you know, we talked about doing Camilla last time, and then you went back on your word. And
Joe
you
did not
can
like
tell
that.
in that moment that Joe is like, you just accused me the one thing you shouldn't have. You were wrong. You are wrong. And literally from this moment,
Joe was
Joe
done.
goes from, you know what, I'm okay with David, to, yeah, David can go. I'm done with him. He's good to me. So immediately, Kyle and Joe are talking about basically how Joe is just pissed off, and Kyle's like, great, okay, we can actually just weaponize this now and get rid of David. Like, we have the option. All we need to do is make sure he doesn't win immunity. Like, we have the numbers. There's no chance that this doesn't go through.
Locked in.
Locked in. I was like, period. So then we go to the challenge. And I'm just going to say, I'm about done with these hold on for dear life challenges. I'm done with you hold this up and the last person standing wins. I'm done with these challenges. We have had these challenges for the last 3 weeks, and I'm done. I'm over it. Yeah, you threw in a obstacle in it, but it was still in the end. It was how long can you hold up on this thing? Like I'm so over it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so over these, because it's not fair. These challenges are not fair. Y'all have got
Mm-hmm.
Survivor. Y'all have got to balance out these challenges and not put all the endurance challenges in a block in a row. Like
Right.
give us some more puzzles so Camilla can have a chance. Give us, or Mary can have a chance. Give us something other than hold on to for dear life and just use all your muscles. Because
Well,
this
Eva
was,
did win last week, and it was the
I mean,
poll.
but
So,
like, still hold on for dear life. She
It
wanted
well,
him.
the big guys were out for 1-2
She
left.
wanted him. She wanted him, and she wanted to be one of them. So I consider her with one of them. I consider her
Fair.
one of them.
fair.
I'm just also acknowledging, like, yes, I would like
Yes.
some diversity, but last week was a little different. Last week was the
Yeah.
3-stage one, and I liked seeing something different. But yes, I
Yeah.
do want to see I want to see the card stacking one with your feet. I want to see the Plinko one, even though that's, we're gonna get that probably later in the season. I want to see I don't know, roll on the fucking barrel shit. Like, I think what it is, honestly, is we were just so spoiled with diversity and challenges when it came to Australian Survivor.
Yeah.
48
Yeah.
is just very boring. Because
I
Australian
will.
Survivor this season slayed it with the challenges. Like,
Yes.
knocked it, like, some of the best challenge diversity I've ever seen on a Survivor season, period. So this one, it just feels a little like, oh, like, not bad, but just like, oh, okay.
I will note at least that there did. I don't know if it's ever actually been addressed before, only because I don't think it's actually been relevant. In this particular version of this challenge, and it's relevant here because it actually comes up. Everyone is standing on boxes to make sure that they're at the right height, to make sure that they're pressing down at the same time. But I think this is really the first time that it's noted that if you step off your box, you are also eliminated.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could be corrected on if that I'm necessarily right on that, but this feels like kind of the first time that we're getting that acknowledged, of like, because we've never had people lose to that. And in this time we have two different people not lose to letting the ball drop, but stepping off of their platform, which is, at least it incorporates some other important element like balance, even if it is very much a secondary to strength of pushing up. But it could be worse. It could be worse in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't explain the challenge. You had to hold on to a beam and push up to keep the ball that's above your head from rolling down the ramp. So you had to push up and hold it in, like, smush it in between two cages to make sure it doesn't roll. And if it does, it fall, you are out. And or if you fall off the box that Jack just so eloquently talked about, you are also out. So this thing doesn't start for very long before Star is first out.
No,
I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, God, now get Star now.
no. She had one good challenge performance, and then everything else is just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop.
Star, she goes out rather quickly,
Yeah,
followed by Mary,
yeah,
followed then by Camilla,
yeah,
followed then by Mitch,
yeah.
followed then by Eva, followed
Gag.
the right gag because I thought it was gonna be Shaheen, but then followed by Shaheen.
Who does a decent job?
He does a good job because he had a few O's, but he caught it and he didn't, Followed then by Kyle, who steps off the box when his ball moves the
Mm-hmm.
first time he tries to adjust himself, he falls off the box. And so
Mm-hmm.
then we have the showdown between David and Joe. And Joe's ball is slipping down a little bit at a time, and he's trying to hold it up. He's doing his best. David's ball ain't moved. Ain't moved, and he holding it up and he holding it up. And then he's just like, they're trying to encourage each other back and forth or whatever. And so David is like, "Oh, don't worry, Joe. If I win, I'm still taking you on the challenge. I mean, on the
Mm-hmm.
reward for food because it was a reward challenge too. They get ham and cheese wraps, dessert with peach cobbler and uh something else. It was chocolate something,
Chocolate strawberries.
chocolate strawberry.
Basically a
Yes,
mini picnic.
right. And then sodas and juice and all that stuff. Um, I'm like, heck yeah, peach cobbler, but is it good peach cobbler? Because if it's some Tide, not good peach cobbler, you can keep
Mm.
that to yourself. Mm-mm.
Mm.
But he's like, and so Kyle, of course, is rolling his eyes at this point at hearing David tell us, "Man, I'll take you on the challenge." He's like, "Shut up, David! Oh my
Right.
gosh!" It's like annoyed. He's super annoyed with David. But Joe is holding on. We see his ball slip a little bit more, but he holding on. He adjusts himself where he's not. And then all of a sudden, Kyle's ball moved. What I said? David's ball. Who's not Kyle? David's ball moves, and he goes adjust it, and he falls off the box.
Hmm.
And I was like,
Oh.
Joe wins. Yay! And you know what the funny thing about all of that is, even through all of that talk, because we heard David say, "Joe, if I win, I'm taking you," and
Uh-huh.
Joe said, "Mm-hmm."
That's cute.
That was cute. He picks Mitch and
Mm-hmm.
Shaheen to go on this reward with
And
him,
Eva.
and Eva too,
He gets 3 chances to say David's name
Mm-hmm.
and
and
doesn't say it the
he
first time, or
nope,
the second time,
nope,
or the third time.
nope. And I said, "Ooh." Not I didn't agree to take you with me. It's because I want to enjoy my reward with the people I want to enjoy it with. I was so happy for Mitch because Mitch is the only person who has not had a reward challenge win or got taken on a reward. So he was starving. So this was something
Yep.
he really, really needed. So I was very
Yep.
happy for Mitch. I wish Joe would have not taken Eva because I'm like, she just ate yesterday. Like she just
Yeah.
had that, and I think he should have, like, we need to start looking outside of our alliance and try
I
to
wish
make
she would have taken
relationships.
Star.
Me too, because I think she is with him and she wants to be with him. He
Yeah.
needs he needs a number two to go with his number one, just in case some foolishness and shenanigans happen. It would have built relationships with other people outside of your alliance. I just felt like he needed to do that
Yeah.
because you always want to have options of
Yeah.
when people do decide to turn, they not
Yeah.
turning on you.
With that being said, though, is anyone playing jury management right now better than Joe? No.
No.
Like, Joe
Well,
is playing the jury management angle. The app, like, he is playing the hell out of this game right now.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Joe is
Yep.
playing the hell out of this game. I love Joe's game. I love Joe's game.
I see the edit that they're giving him says winner to me, just like
Yeah.
the edit that they're giving Kyle says winner to me,
Yeah.
and just like the edit I think they're giving Shaheen says winner to me
Yeah.
as well. So I'm like, I could see it. I could see it. I feel
Me
like
too.
people would think Eva's getting a winner edit. I think this is a setup edit. I think Eva's getting set up for a downfall that is
Mm-hmm.
not gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be pretty. But I see a winner edit in those three, and I'm like, ooh.
Ah. It's
Mm-hmm.
weird because Joe's edit is almost so good that I almost don't feel that they're hype. I even said this, I think, on Twitter somewhere. I don't
Uh-huh.
even think they're hyping Joe up for the win on this season. I think they could actually be pitching him to viewers for 50 and just seeing how this goes.
Oh.
Because if anyone on this season is like very much a foil to someone that we've kind of seen be pitched a lot, who's a woman who wore red on a specific New Era season. Uh, if we're looking for that kind of foil, I think Joe could be a foil to that, and they might pitch it as that.
Oh.
I don't know. That's at
Mhm.
least where my mind goes, where it's a super loyal guy versus a woman who's very much willing to do anything to win, and
Mhm.
also Canadian.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
But
Maybe.
also we said the same thing about Dee's edit on her
Yeah.
season.
That's fair.
We sat here and said the same thing about Dee on her season and getting an
Mhm.
interesting edit, and we didn't really particularly get a strong winners edit from Dee until the last couple of episodes of her season. And I remember us sitting here talking about that and being like, well, now she's getting the winners edit. She's probably going to win. Cut to her winning the season.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like, we're getting the foundation for sure. I still think there are several people here that are getting a winning edit.
A winning edit. Yeah. Yeah.
I think
And
there are
we'll.
a couple of people I could rule out right now, unfortunately.
Oh, me too. Me too.
And
There
unfortunately,
definitely.
there's two people, and unfortunately, they're two of my favorites.
Right. Star
Yeah.
Mitch.
Mitch and
I
Sean.
think
I
that's who I just said. Star
I
Mitch. I think they're
I would
getting
add a third person in there. Unfortunately, it's probably Mary.
Camilla.
Yeah.
Mary too.
I
Yeah, Mary too.
I think Camilla is still in there. I think Camilla
Camilla's
is
I
still in
think
there.
still in
Camilla's
there. Just needs a
stronger
little
than
more.
Mary. I think Camilla's definitely stronger than Mary's. Definitely stronger than
Yeah.
Mitch and
Yes.
Eva. But I think Kyle's, David's, and Shaheen's are stronger than hers, and Eva is in that middle too as
David.
well. Not David, Kyle,
Joe.
Joe, and Shaheen.
I yeah.
I was I just happened to glance at his picture when I was talking, but
I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I was sorry, but
Not for much longer, my darling. Don't worry.
no, Kyle, Joe, and Shaheen. I think they have the like you said, the foundation for that winning edit to come in towards the end, and it's like one of their stories will pick up immensely, and it's gonna be like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
but we see um they're eating, they're
Yeah.
enjoying, and Mitch is like, they ask, who do you want to get rid of? And Mitch is
David.
like, David. I
David.
was
Yeah.
like,
No, we're done here.
he was like, that's who I want. I don't know if y'all willing to do it, but that's who I want. So, and Shaheen said, David, you said? Huh. Okay.
And like you can hear the heavens open up above. Like, oh my god, we can do it. I mean, we've been pitching Mary this whole time because we've been unsure if we can actually do David, but like, we can just take a shot at David. Okay, then
That
we're
could be.
in.
We're
That's it.
there.
We're good.
It was interesting because we see Eva still is like not sure. She's not
Yeah.
sure. And Joe is like, I'm going to do whatever you want to do, Eva. You tell me what you want to do, I'm with you. It's gonna be me and you. We getting to this point, it's me and you to the end, and I'm rocking with you. So whatever you want to do, I'm there to do
Mm-hmm.
it with you. And Eva's like, I know, I just feel like I trust Kyle and Shaheen, but I also trust David and Mary for me. I think, and when she said that, I was like, okay, She is very aware of what's going on right now. She was like, David and Mary are good for me, but he's not good for the people who I also trust. Like,
Yeah.
I think they will go against each other, but
Mhm.
they won't come for me. And she's right. Like, David and Mary would have rocked with Eva, but and Kyle and Shaheen would rock with Eva,
Mhm.
but they couldn't work with each other. It just started getting to that point where they didn't want to work with each other, which put Eva and Joe right in the middle of this to say, what do we want to do? What is it that we want to do? Not thinking about Star and Mitch and Camilla at this point. They were trying to figure out amongst themselves, what do they want to do? Do we go with Kyle and Shaheen, or do we stick with David and Mary? And if we stick with David and Mary, do we just go on Mitch and just call it a day?
Mhm.
And that was the conversations that was going on around camp. It was just like, is it Mitch? Is it David? Where do we go? And Star was at the point, she was like, Star wanted to do uh what did Star want to do at first?
Star
When they were
Star went to David and Mary and was like, y'all want to do Shaheen? And I'm like,
hey. And I was
like, we get no context. We literally just see Star walk up to David and Mary and is like, Shaheen? And they're like, yeah, sure,
no.
I guess.
But then they were like,
ma'am?
we can't do that. We can't do that. They said we can't do that right now. So she was like, he was like, it gotta be Mitch. So she was like, okay, if it's gotta
But
be
also,
Mitch, it's
like,
Mitch then. But what?
ma'am, for what reason? Ma'am?
I mean,
I
why
don't get it.
not?
I don't get it.
No, here's the
Sure.
thing though. Here's the thing. What does Shaheen have to do with Star? He ain't never tried to work with Star before.
That's true.
Like, she like, I'm going to work with people who wants to work with me. And we find out in this episode, David wasn't willing to get rid of Star because he said potentially down the road, I could work with
Mhm.
Star. So I'm like, then it makes sense because Star and David were on the new Siva together and they did
Mhm.
come up with some kind of rapport. He did not like her. He thought she was fun and cool and, whatever. But Shaheen was not the same way with her.
Yeah.
Even when they were on Live together, it was like he was dismissing her a lot. So it's like,
Mhm.
what did Shaheen do for me? Nothing. So therefore, we can get rid of Shaheen. And she was willing to do it if they will go do it, but they were like, nah, I can't do it right now. We gotta be Mitch. She was like, okay, well, if y'all say Mitch is Mitch. He trusts them. And that's
Yep.
why David was like, I'm not really ready to get rid of Star. And so it made sense to me why she was like, y'all wanna do Shaheen? I was like, but I was shocked that she came out just so bold and said it like that. I was like, oh, is Star playing this game and we don't, y'all ain't showing us
Yes.
Star playing this game? They ain't showing
Yes.
us Star playing this game, but Star is playing this game. So I really don't want to knock her completely out the final three competition, the final three conversation, but it's interesting. It will be interesting. But where your pins are, that's where it's all gonna fall and depend on. So it's a lot of back and forth. Yep, it's a lot of back and forth.
Third pin. The
Uh-huh.
third pin.
It's a lot of back and forth, and we don't really know. When they head to tribal, we don't really know where the
I
votes
was
are going to
I
fall
was
on.
expecting the worst.
Me,
I was
oh,
also
absolutely.
expecting the worst.
You always expect the worst with with Survivor and
With
the
this
way they
group,
edit.
with this
Expect the
group
worst.
especially. I'm
Mhm.
like, we had 3. Y'all see the board.
You
Y'all
see
see
it.
what we're currently dealing with.
Ugh,
Y'all saw the boot order.
yucky.
Y'all remember we lost Thomas and Bianca back to back?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hello.
It's been rough for us this season.
It has not been the best. It has not been the best. But so going to tribal, we have no idea what's happening. And I don't know if y'all want to talk about it, but it was a lot of questions. Jeff had a lot of questions. There was a lot of conversation happening before we got to the vote. Just a lot.
We go to tribal at like 20 minutes left in the episode, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
is it a
we were
tie
wrong.
vote or something? Like, no.
No,
big
it's just a
old tribal.
lot of talk. I mean, granted, this whole episode has been a lot of talk. There's been there has been only really one filler moment in this episode.
Yeah.
And even then, that filler moment transitioned into very crucial conversation for this episode.
Well, and I feel like the reason for that is because we're going to get a big bulky episode next week. Like it feels like fourth pin. It feels like we're getting a huge bulky episode where a lot of shit is going to go down next week. So they needed to preface with a lot of exposition going into next week's vote. And obviously this vote is very monumental for the rest of what's going to happen in the season. So it makes sense ultimately. I didn't write down a whole lot from this tribal council, honestly, even though a lot was said, because it was mostly like, oh, the group's locked in versus like the people on the outside. And my favorite moment, guess what, came from Star. Shocker.
Star and Camilla.
Because Camilla is clocking David to his face, but she's trying to be a little bit more congenial about it this time. And Star just goes, nope. You said you put me over there. You ain't getting my vote. And Camilla was like, yep, she said it better than I could.
Yeah. No, I mean, she just said it. She said it. Good for her.
I mean, Camilla was like, I mean, he's not really playing good jury management on this one. Again, and the way he looked so shocked at her saying that, I'm like, what do you mean you're shocked? Do you not understand what you're doing? Like, okay.
No, Lana, he doesn't.
Here's my thing. I don't care if I've never watched a single episode of Survivor. I have to know Survivor to know that if there is a jury of people that is going to be voting for the winner of said game, whatever game it may be, it could be freaking Monopoly if it had a jury vote in it. It could be any game. But if there is a jury of your peers that was once in the game and now they're out of the game because you sent them out of the game, I would know better. I would think, okay, maybe I need to be nicer to the people who's leaving the game so I could at least get on the good side so they will vote for me to win, because I still need these people to vote for me to win. So I'm not going to be a dick to the people on their way out of the game. I don't have to watch Survivor to know that. That's just common sense. Be nice to people, and then they'll do nice things for you, like give you $1 million.
But he has his alliance, Lana. That's all he needs.
Yeah, Lana,
his alliance is going to vote for him to win.
Didn't you forget that if the entire Strong Six makes it to the end, the game actually changes into a final format and they have to run a giant race.
Yeah.
And that determines who wins. Yeah, the jury just gets ignored.
Yeah, it's Olympic trials.
It's like the challenge. It's like the challenge at that
exactly.
point.
Yeah.
We have to run a final.
It turned into Olympic trials, like Camilla said.
I thought this was Survivor. I thought this was a jury making the decisions at the end. Oh, no, wait. Yes, it is. And he's just stupid.
Yes.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Is he the single stupidest person to ever play this game? Maybe.
I mean, maybe not the stupidest, but he's definitely up there. He at least had a couple good moves.
No, he's down there, Jack. No, he's down there.
Yeah, he's probably down there, but I mean, we've had people who have flamed out in one episode. At least he had a couple.
And he did win an immunity.
He did win an immunity.
Because he has big, strong muscle. Because that's all he has.
I just okay.
I see why that woman left him now.
Let me say I'm sorry. Let me say I'm sorry. I'm sorry, David. I don't call people stupid. That is not a good thing. That's not a good look. I'm not going to call you stupid. I'm just going to say you're not very smart to this game. You're not very smart to this game, and you're not very smart to jury management. But anyway, Camilla clocked him on that.
I'll say you're a stupid Survivor player. I stand by that statement.
Oop.
I don't like to call people stupid. So I'm not
I understand that. I'm not calling him stupid. I'm saying he is a stupid player.
I think he's a bad player of this game. He is a very bad player of this game. Very bad player of this game.
Doesn't understand why you can't have
Big,
just winning challenges. Just winning challenges and telling people they are going home isn't the best strategy on earth.
But you don't even do that. You are the biggest hypocrite. Now, I will call you a hypocrite in this game because you are one of the biggest hypocrites in this game. Talking about I want to play with loyalty and honesty, and you don't even. And I'm just gonna tell folks. I'm gonna be honest. And you couldn't even tell Camilla, who was not in your alliance, that you would go vote for her, that you want her gone. Like you still ain't said it until you said it after it happened, and I floated your name around for what reason I don't know. But all that honesty and talk is. Come on. This is Survivor. We have people who are preachers on this show was like, I know I can't sit here and play this game with honesty. I'm going to have to lie because it's the game. That's what it was set up to do. Oh, this man. But anyway, it's a lot of talking. Jeff is asking a lot of questions, and Eva's getting a lot of questions, and David's getting questions, and Camilla's getting questions, Star's rebutting, and Mary's getting questions, and Mitch is getting, like, everybody's getting questions. And I'm like, can we vote, please?
Yes.
Jeez. But we do finally vote. Thank goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, praying. I was like, these people, because we have seen them go and say one thing and then chicken out and not do it in the end. And I was like, please don't chicken out. Please do not chicken out. Just do it. Just go for it. Take your shot. And we see the first vote come out as Mitch. I was like, okay. I was like, okay. So the second vote comes out is David. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. You know what? But Mitch had to vote David, so that's
of course,
fine.
right. Mitch had to vote David. David vote Mitch. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Next vote come out is Mitch, and I was like, God.
Oh Lord. Okay.
And then the next vote come out is David. And I was like, oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
Right.
At least it's not unanimous this time.
Mary had to vote for Mary voted Mitch. That's fine.
Right. Okay. And Camilla voted David. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Because David is the next vote. And I was like, okay, we tied up again. Okay, well, Mitch comes out again. 3 on Mitch. And I was like,
oh
shoot.
Lord.
Oh shoot. And then it was David. And I was like, oh,
okay. We actually have something.
Oh, we have something happening. And then it was David. And then it was David. And then it was the third person voted into our jury is David.
Hallelujah.
And I was like, yes.
Uh-oh. When you do clownery,
you get stupid prizes. And he was stunned. He sat there and was like,
oh, these people aren't loyal. Oh no, these people aren't blindly loyal to me. Oh no, feel bad.
Oh,
no.
And he got up and
bye.
Grabbed his torch and didn't even say goodbye to everybody. He just left. I was like, "Are you mad? Are you big mad?" Oh, I was so happy. I've never been happier at losing a draft pick in my entire life. Never been happier. Never. But let's take these pins out, Logan, because take all the pins out.
There we go. Lana's lost the draft pick.
I'm so very happy.
We're back even, Lana.
That's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'm great with the 3 I have left.
Yep.
I am fine.
All right.
Let's take these pins out.
All right. Because next week we go into it. Basically, it's essentially a 4-4.
Mm-hmm.
where we have Eva, Kyle, Shahin, and Joe on one side, and we have Camilla, Mitch, Star, and Mary on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
All out chaos.
All out
out
chaos.
chaos.
With Kyle and Camilla in the middle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
God, it's so good to see their positioning pay off.
Don't take out Star, please.
Don't take out Star. We don't need Star gone. You can actually just like, I don't know, take out Joe or Eva. Why
not take out Star?
Yeah.
You can take out Mary. You can take out Joe. You can take
if we
out
have
Mitch.
to lose
You
Mary,
can take out
let it be
Eva.
Mary,
Even Shahin.
Even Shahin at this point, but do not take out Star. Let's not do that.
No.
But
So
who's this 4-4?
Yeah, so here's where we sit with only Eva's the only person with the idol and the safety without power.
Mm-hmm.
So that other side is at a bit of a disadvantage.
Yes.
Like advantages wise, but they have a Kyle without knowing that they have a Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and I feel like at this point, Kyle is maybe, I don't even really know. I think Kyle personally might be a little bit more likely to want to side with Eva, Joe, and Shahin currently. And I think Camilla, maybe. And I think Camilla might be a little bit more now that David's gone. And I think Camilla might be a little bit more inclined to side with Mary, Star, and Mitch initially. And the key word for me here is initially. I'm excited to see them work through all of their options and see what works the best.
Yeah.
The one thing that gives me a little hesitation on that is because we did see in this episode Kyle realizing just how close Eva and Joe are. And he was like, that's a pair that we might need to look at and we might need to split up. Like that was the first time he outwardly acknowledged it and told Camilla, we might need to split them up. And him knowing all the information and all the advantages that Eva has, he can tell, and Camilla knowing this information, they can figure out a way because they can be like, let's go after Joe. Let's do Joe. And Eva saves Joe with an idol, but doesn't use her for safety without power. And it's just like, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure Kyle will hear, or maybe not. Maybe Eva don't tell Kyle or Shaheem about possibly saving Joe if Joe is the target.
Right.
Or like I think it's a lot of different ways it can go, but hearing Kyle admit that Joe and Eva needs to be separated gives me a little bit of a hesitation, but I don't know if he is willing to act on it right now. So I can still see where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
It is going to be an interesting situation next week. And I think you're right. I think the reason we got so much conversation and everything this week is because we are about to get a very loaded episode next week.
Yeah.
With a lot of like the tribe is split, evenly split. And now it's who is going to come out on top. Like, what if somebody on the Star Mary Mitch side wins immunity?
Right.
If they win immunity, then it's like, oh, okay. Or if somebody on the other side wins immunity, then they're in huge trouble. But now it's time to, figure out how do we get out and who stays, who goes at that point.
Yeah.
But it is going to be pretty interesting.
I'm excited for it. But here's my bold prediction for next week.
Okay.
The person who receives the most votes at Tribal is not going to be the person that goes home.
Mm-hmm. Who's the idol being used?
The person who receives the most votes at Tribal is not going to be the person that goes home. That's just I don't know what the circumstances are going to be.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an idol. It could be a tie. It could be something. I don't know.
Okay.
I
could see that.
I can see.
You're
see a
calling
couple
it's
of
not going
different
to be
scenarios.
like a standard tribal.
I think we're getting a messy Boots Tribal next week. That's what it seems. That's what the energy of the trailer is giving me. So I'm just like, I think we're going to get something messy where, idols might be played, safety without power might be played. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I really
think
feel
we're
like
getting mess.
I really feel like they need to make Eva feel like they're coming for her and like her use her safety without power and just leave without giving that her idol to Joe because they're like, it was you. And then they'll be like, if she leaves now, it's like, oh, well, it's somebody else. And her not thinking it's Joe.
Yep.
And then we lose Joe, which I would hate.
Yep.
I don't want to lose Joe.
I
But
don't want to lose Joe, but that would be
But I
great.
would understand if we lost Joe. But yeah, I think next week is going to be pretty interesting. And I can't wait, honestly.
I genuinely cannot wait for potential, like, especially considering last week we were all like, if this episode was bad, we were straight up going to drop this season. And it's just like,
did we say that?
We all pretty much implied it. We were all like, after last episode, we were like,
we all said, well, this ain't gonna be fun. We'll just be here bitching about it for another 4 episodes. But
well, that's true. Yeah. Let's drop more like hate watch, but
hate
like
watch.
It's very much gone from like,
it was gonna be like, oh, maybe we make Amazing Race the live series and Survivor becomes the
but
yeah, no, we're gonna still be all right. We'll still be all right.
We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be a-okay.
This episode brought me back to life, and I was like, okay, I don't have to hate watch it now. I will watch it still because David is gone, and therefore we don't have to worry about him anymore.
And like, honestly, now that we're over halfway through, like, this has been a really good season. Like,
it's been a
comparatively to the new era seasons, for me at least, this has been top half overall so far. And we're not done yet, so I don't want to, completely rank it. But this definitely has been top half as far as new era seasons have gone for me. Like, I'm really enjoying the cast has been great. Not all of the twists, but a lot of the twists have been really good. The characters have been good. Like, overall, it's been a really good season to watch overall.
Mm-hmm. But that's that on that. I think that's that on that. We go wrap it up here.
Woo!
But we are going to be back next week, of course, talking more Survivor. We're gonna see how this 4x4 plays out. I'm excited to see it and excited to watch. But we'll be back next week. We appreciate you for sticking around and watching with us. Even if you're watching after our live, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. If you haven't hit it already, hit it, please. Thank you. So we can continue we're on our mission to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. So we would hope and appreciate that you all get involved and help us out. Please and thank you. Follow us on all of our other channels as well. All of the Cup Network are on that same mission. So follow all of the channels. Follow us on our audio podcast links. Join us on our Patreon. All the links will be in the description below. You can follow us on all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky. We're all over the place. Hit us up on all of those platforms. You can follow the 3 of us on those platforms as well. And don't forget to get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. And we're going to get out of here. So on that note, I say cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
And fuck David.